y'all? Today's video, because somebody asked me some stuff, and the stuff that I was asked was and like I was saying, the stuff that I was asked earlier was about oil field related stuff, and I kind of wanted to take the time to answer some of those questions that some of y'all had asked and answer some comments and whatnot. Give me just a second while I find what you asked me about. To a Del Fresco. You said, how many layers do you wear under your coveralls? It really all depends on how cold it is. Me personally, this blue.
Is there a reason you gotta ride my bumper like a driver?
He probably ain't got no radio, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Don't kiss it.
How many layers do you wear under your coveralls? It depends on what kind of coveralls you got. Whether you have the summer, like the summer Roscoes, or you have the all-weather Roscoes. They tend to be pretty thick, and you can wear a t-shirt underneath that till about 30 or so degrees. And once it gets colder than that, you'll probably want to start putting stuff on, depending on your personal preference. If you're shopping at the Walmart in Williston, I don't have one in here. I think it's Faded Glory that makes it. It's like a long sleeve shirt, but it's like a long john or something like that. And I think it's about $10, 7, 8, maybe $10. And they have them in different colors and stuff. And they're actually not bad looking. And you can wash them a few times, and they still look pretty good. And then I always use that in a hoodie, just like a regular hoodie. I think this is a Hanes something, and use that, and then wear that up underneath. And that's kind of how I dress for the winter. I always have my hoodie with me, especially in wintertime. I'm always wearing my hoodie all the time. Once it gets below 50 to 40 degrees, I said get 40 degrees, I'm wearing my hoodie every single day. So that's one layer. Then you have your coveralls on top of that. Then you have your stuff up underneath. You don't have to go buy the Under Armour. You don't really need that. There's a lot more stuff out there that's a lot more affordable, and it will get you just as far without having to pay $50 to $70 for Under Armour 2.0s or 3.0s. Carhartt makes some that's just as good, but if you're gonna spend $30 on that, $25 to $30 on that Carhartt, you might as well just go to Walmart and get the exact same thing for $10, $12 if you get the plus sizes. Trying to think what else you asked me. How many layers do you wear under your coveralls? Yeah. As far as pants go, it's the same thing. Once it gets below 0, I take that back. Once it gets below 20, but once again, this is all personal preference. once it gets below 20 degrees, that's when I start wearing pants. Like that's when I start wearing like sweatpants or something. But 20 degrees and up, I'm wearing shorts. But that's after getting acclimated to North Dakota. That's after getting used to the weather, how it changes, the way it'll drop off and pick up as North Dakota transitions from fall going into winter. For example, right now, if you look at I'm in Hagerstown, Maryland right now. If you look in Williston, North Dakota, it's 13 degrees, man. Those people out having parties and stuff right now, because they just came out of that negative that they had for a good little while, and it's going to be above that. Ooh, Williston, North Dakota, man. Check that out. They about to be getting down out there, bro. I don't know what the heck happened there, but Williston, North Dakota's about to be getting down, bro. I don't know if y'all can see that. If it'll focus. Anyway, they're gonna be having some pretty good weather in just a second. Well, today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and it doesn't start dropping off till that Tuesday night and Wednesday. And it looks like for the rest of January, man, and if you're going up to Williston, North Dakota working the oil field, it looks like it's going to be pretty good for a good little while. I don't know what February is going to look like. That might be a different ball game. But it's not bad right now. So that's pretty much what today's video is about. Preparing yourself to go work in the oil field. And that's a nice Lone Star truck right there. International Lone Star, in case you guys didn't know. I'm over here at the truck stop in Hagerstown, Maryland. And we over here at the truck stop chilling. Just chilling. Got a load to pick up today at 2 o'clock. Sitgo TV. What is up, man? Sitgo 6 TV. I think that's what Sitgo 6. I'm planning to move to Texas, San Antonio to be specific, but what city would you recommend for oil field? It depends. I have not worked in the oil field in Texas. I have worked in the oil field in North Dakota, in Williston, Wofford City, Dickinson, depending on what you're doing. Dickinson is a lot better city as far as the variety of what they have. Williston is just Williston, Wofford City, Newtown. Like that triangle right there is kind of where a lot of stuff is going on, and it's the closest place to get to things in North Dakota when it comes to working in the oil field. And the Walmart in Williston is the closest Walmart to that area. Your next one is Dickinson, which is going south, and then you have Minot going east. So if you wanted to go to Walmart, if you wanted to go to some place of whatever, just to do something different, it's going to be a drive either way. Killdeer to Newtown is kind of the epicenters, but there's not a lot out there in that area. And Killdeer is the only town in between the oil field going south to Dickinson. That's the only town there. And it's really, really small. Nope, dude, I'm from the lower states, man. I thought about going to work in Texas, but Texas never offered money to pay the way North Dakota offers money to pay. Texas doesn't give the same benefits that the state of North Dakota does. And it pays to go to North Dakota. It's just a matter of whether that's something that you're interested in. Just be aware that it's a different environment, and it is really cold, especially if you're from Florida, someplace south. And if you're going to Texas, Midland, Odessa, I hear they're going pretty hard out in San Antonio, and it depends on what you're doing, man. What was your Sicko TV? It depends on what you're doing, bro. San Antonio, to be specific. And it, hold up, like, are you Sicko? Are you already working in the oil field? You started applying? You got job offers, or what you got going on? Because Midland and Odessa are like the main areas as far as the oil field. So you can keep that stuff in mind. Midland, Odessa, Hobbs, New Mexico. You know, because you got trucking related stuff. You got trucking, like trucking jobs, and then you got, no, I work at ABF Freight now. Okay, so I'm assuming ABF Freight is like you driving trucks. Man, you can go wherever you want to, bro. It's just a matter of what you want to go do. You can go haul water. You can go haul sand. There's quite a few companies hiring for sand, and the oil field is wide open right now. Hopefully, you know, we don't get no crazy stuff out of OPEC or the world for the next election cycle, and we should be good. But I heard the pay was good down south. I've been hearing good stuff all over. Matter of fact, Oil Rig Jobs is also on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel called Oil Rig Jobs, and he's telling about Canada. Like, he's up in Canada, and he said if I get my visa and come up there and work over rig, he said they're making between 10,000 and 15 grand a month. So there's options out there for you, man. It's just a matter of which option you want to get in. You know, like D Fresco was asking me about. Do we get on? And do your thing, bro. Do your thing. This video will be on my YouTube channel. Plus, I got other videos. I'm pretty sure I've talked about oil field jobs and trucking jobs. This is just one to answer some comments that somebody was asking me about. There's more to it than just wear a long sleeve shirt. What else? Thanks for the info. Can you be a company driver making that money? Yeah, because company drivers, you can easily make that without any problem. Or do you have to be an owner operator? No, if you be an owner operator, you probably bringing in you probably grossing 20 to 30, 25 to 30,000. Depends, because you can easily gross 20 without trying. I'm trying to think what else. Company drivers can gross. Man, it depends, man, because if your company offers housing, there's usually going to be a financial deduction for the housing in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Whether they pay you less money but they give you housing, or something along those lines. Oh, D Frisco, what steel toe boots? He said, I'm glad I found this channel. Appreciate that, bro. You can always leave a comment. I'll answer them when I'm not driving, or like once I get around to them. But as far as trucking jobs, really, if you're an experienced truck driver, you just go look to see who has what you want, who has the pay that you want, who has the career opportunities that you want if you want to move up in the company, or if you just want to be a driver, pay and benefits. Or benefits don't matter to you, just pay. You can always go 1099 with somebody. So it just depends on the person's situation. And if you're gonna go 1099 with somebody, I would advise you to set up a company and then have them pay the company, and you're the company, and you run that like it's a company. Do all your deductions like it's a company. When does it start to get warm in North Dakota, bruh? It's gonna be March, bruh. March is when the winter starts to break, because February you can hang it up in February. Usually February it drops into the negatives and it just stays there. But it might be a warmer February because they got that cold spell this December, and usually December is pretty light. But I take that back because they had the snowstorm in Christmas of '16, but it wasn't cold. It was just snow. What else did you ask me? But yeah, March, mid-March, usually is gonna start transitioning into warming up, and then mid to late March, it'll start warming up to where the ice will start melting in the daytime, and then the ice will freeze back over, melt, freeze back over. That stuff's a little bit tricky because during that time, if it snows, you may go out on snow, and then that snow freezes over into ice as the evening time comes. So where it's perfectly good to drive at before, it may be ice, and you may not have driven through that ice when you came that way. So keep that stuff in mind when you're driving up there. That's the biggest thing as far as northern versus southern. You don't have those things in the southern areas the way you have them up north. And snow's not that big of a deal as long as you got traction and as long as you slow down. But when it comes to ice, that's a different ball game. And North Dakota has it like nobody else. I've been through ice storms in North Dakota, but luckily we were on location when it happened, and like we were sitting there just watching like the ice form. A 12-hour shift, like having to go outside, knock ice off of stuff, or having to go up and check stuff because ice is forming everywhere, and that ice is also adding weight to stuff. What else did you ask? But yeah, Dre Logic, North Dakota starts to warm up March, pretty much. That's the area. Not only that, on my YouTube channel, there is a photo post, and it's got the day of the job fair. I think it's the 22nd. I think it's March the 22nd or March the 23rd. March the 22nd or March the 23rd is a job fair in North Dakota. Let me double check that and see. Yep, March the 24th. It's on my YouTube channel. Spring 2022, Northwest North Dakota Semi-Annual Job Fair. Thursday, March 24th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Williston, North Dakota. It doesn't say where it's going to be at yet, but more than likely they're either going to have it at the Raymond Family Center, or they're going to have it at, that's the only place I know them to have it at, is the Raymond Family Center. It's right there by, I can't remember the name of it, right there by the Peter Palace. For those of you that are in North Dakota in the area, you know what I'm talking about. So if you're looking at going to go work in the oil field in North Dakota and you want to time it with, getting there after the winter, that job fair is probably going to be your best bet, especially if you're a type of person that enjoys traveling. You've never seen North Dakota or South Dakota and just want to take a ride up there. It doesn't hurt, man. You just go travel somewhere. You just go see something different. And I would most definitely advise you, as it gets closer to that job fair, once you get about 7 days out, there's 7 to 14 days out, there should be a list on Jobs ND. And if you look on my YouTube channel to the far right, there's a link that'll take you to Jobs ND. That's the website for the state of North Dakota unemployment job search stuff. And it'll take you right to that website, job search, and you can see what those companies are paying, what they're offering. And right now the oil field is going hard, man. The oil field is going hard. So that answers that. What else? When does it start to get warm? Answer that. Some companies offer housing. I didn't know that. Yeah. Some companies are offering housing. Some companies are offering like housing allowance. I'm not up there at this minute. I know people that are up there. Tanker Monkey said he posted on his YouTube channel. It's also on Employ the Bakken Facebook page. They post the available jobs up there. The Bakken is what they call the rock formation underneath the ground. Is called the Bakken, the Bakken Shale, and it encompasses western North Dakota, goes up into Canada a little bit. For truck drivers, yep, for truck drivers. Actually, they're hiring for truck drivers and some of everything else. If you got a CDL, you're gonna get hired. Even if you got a CDL and you got some other stuff on your license, like you're gonna get hired. The Bakken goes into western North Dakota, goes up into Canada a little bit, then goes over into eastern Montana a little bit, then circles around, and then comes back up into western North Dakota. It's almost like a big egg or splotch or whatever you want to call that. And give me just a second while I get back to you. While I get back to your comments that you was asking. So one of y'all asked me something right here. For truck drivers. AL, yep, for truck drivers and for frac operators. I think it's Wave Systems. Hold on a second. Because Tanker Monkey just posted about it. I think it's Wave System is the company that's hiring, like 14 days on, 7 days off. Yeah, hiring equipment operators to work frac in Williston. Have previous oil field experience, work in North Dakota, no CDL needed. Hard, challenging work, 17-hour days, 14 days on, 7 days off. Mileage, transportation reimbursement for the right candidate. If interested, send your resume to abriner@wavesystems.com. So that's that for those of you guys that were interested. And since we're already here talking about oil field jobs, might as well go to some right now. Let's go to employ the Bakken. Or you can look it up on Facebook. I'm just gonna give y'all Employ the Bakken. Hiring equipment operators for frac. Yep, that's the one. Just went through with it with y'all. Panther pressure testing. It's gonna be -55 next week here in North Dakota. So if you are tired of the cold, and I have an opening in my Odessa, Texas division for a pressure tester. Experience is preferred, and a Class A CDL is optional. Housing is provided, but it says experience is preferred. Experience is preferred. So for the right person, they'll probably waive that experience stuff. It just kind of depends, you know. It just kind of depends. Foremost Well Services is looking for experienced deckhands and floor hands. Immediate opens for all field positions, including drilling and workover divisions. Wyoming casing. Wyoming casing is always hiring. Running horse. Of course, running horse is always hiring. They will run you into the ground. He said, hey, if you want to run hard, what is that? $450 to $600 a day, full time, Class A vac truck drivers. Running Horse LLC. Can you see that? Hopefully y'all can if the camera will focus. Running Horse LLC. I don't know why it does that. Focus. There you go. Running Horse LLC. I think Running Horse is in Newtown. Yep, surely it says it. Running Horse LLC is a locally owned and operated oilfield services company based in Newtown, North Dakota. We have immediate opens for experienced CDL Class A drivers to join our team. Our workload is increasing and we are ramping up for 2022. Running Horse LLC is a Tier 1 oilfield service company that specializes in hauling fresh and production water throughout the Bakken. Our trucks stay running full-time year-round. We offer competitive pay averaging $450 to $600 per day. Benefits after 60 days of employment, medical, dental, and vision and life. Sleeper trucks, shower, laundry facilities on site, rotational schedule. We require valid CDA with tanker endorsement, 2 years verifiable driving experience, must meet MVR requirements, pass pre-employment drug screen. For immediate consideration, apply online at www.runningHorseTrucking.com. And also it's got a phone number on here. So y'all have to tell me, $450 to $600 a day good enough for y'all as a company driver to haul vac truck? There's places to stay in Newtown. I don't know how busy the Bakken has got as of late, but I've been hearing, man, that they're hiring left and right. Everybody's hiring. Halliburton's hiring like crazy, and Halliburton keeps sending me emails all the time. We are looking to such and such something. There's nothing like Coca-Cola in the morning. Most definitely is not the healthiest thing. So my experience, I gotta speak it from North Dakota because I spent as much time as I did in North Dakota. And all right, PTL trucking, just don't hit nobody. Just don't hit nobody while you doing all that. Anyway, what else is on here? Because some of you guys don't have trucking or oilfield experience, so we want to find something that will fit you guys. There's another one, hotshot, looking to hire experienced hotshot, winch hotshot rentals. That's another one. We're going to have positions open for winch operators. Semi-annual job fair. Okay, here we go. Badger Energy Services is hiring for a workover rig, floor hand, derrick hand, crew chief. City of Williston is hiring for everything you could think of. Flex Energy Field Service Technicians 1 and 2. Gooseneck Implement, which is it's a company that rent equipment and stuff. Northwest Water Transfer. Hey guys, for any of you guys that you're thinking about getting into the oil field, water transfer. Dude, Walmart is gonna be at the job fair, bro. Walmart is gonna be at the job fair. Am I tripping? Employers registered as of January 11th, 2022. Walmart is gonna be at the job fair. That's when you know it's going down, bro. I'm gonna be in the Bakken this spring. I gotta call Miss Vicky and see if they're gonna be at the job fair. If they are, y'all might see me at the job fair for the command center, aka Hire Quest, aka Bakken Staffing, aka something else. I don't remember what that other name was. I might be there, man. I might be there. I have to ask Miss Vicky if they gonna be at the job fair. I'm like, yeah, I go to the job fair with y'all. I went to the job fair twice. Yeah, I was at the first. Who did I go with the first time? It wasn't Kyle. Justin went with Kyle. I went with Vicky one time, and I went with the lady who was from Wofford City the second time. So I've been at that job fair twice, I think. I've helped. How do you say it? I've been a company representative at the job fair twice. But yeah, CDL truck drivers, TMI Corporation, maintenance technician, residential, professional property management. Hey, for some of you that are looking for something outside of the oil field, those maintenance technician jobs in the Bakken are usually pretty doggone good, because you usually get an apartment and you do their what are they doing, man? And you usually they give you an apartment, or they give you a discounted apartment to stay in, and you do their maintenance. You know, like if somebody gets called out to come work on something, come fix something, the garage door won't go up or down, or the garage door is stuck or something. You know, usually they'll call. Usually they will call you out, and you'll go out and tend to stuff like that. A little small stuff, replacing the smoke detectors. You'll go around and check all of that kind of stuff. And give me a second. Because I wasn't really intending on waking up at this time this morning. But I was told I had to move my truck, which I kind of expected it. Because they'll let me park there, but they won't let me park there, you know. And I had planned on parking there until it was time for me to pick up my load and head back down south. And I got a load at perfect timing, guys. Picking this load up in Hagerstown, Maryland, and it's going back to Atlanta. I'm gonna pick this sucker up. The coal comes through here tonight, and I'll be gone, headed to Atlanta, and that's how that's going. Got something in my eye, but somebody stole the foot off my landing gear in my truck. I'm like, really? Of all things you're gonna steal that? But yeah, like I was saying, those maintenance technicians, residential, when you see that, they're looking for pretty much a handyman for apartment buildings. Those are some of the best jobs, because you get the apartment. And I used to know two guys that did that, a black dude and a white dude. Like that was their job. You know, they just went around whichever number of apartments that they were assigned to, and they worked on those apartments, and that's pretty much what they did. Full-time administrative assistants. There's a lot of administrative assistant stuff up there for those of you that are interested in work like that. Who else? Trans Systems, Red River Valley, Southwest. Trans Systems, Red River Valley, hiring EGF, Hillsborough, Crickstown, Drayton, Grand Forks area. Elite Hot Oilers looking for CDL drivers. So if you got your CDL, you have a lot of. Where can we find these jobs? When you go on my YouTube channel, you can either go to Employ the Bakken's Facebook page, which is a partnered Facebook page for jobs in that area. If you go on my YouTube channel, when you go on it, hold on a second. While I go to my YouTube channel so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. All right. It's not showing it on my mobile device. I don't see it on my mobile device. Okay, yeah, it is. If you go on your phone and you click on my YouTube channel thing, and you click on the go to my YouTube channel, when it gives you the options of going from home, keep going, keep going, you keep going, you keep going. There's a link right there where it says Bakken Oilfield Jobs. Click on that link. That'll take you straight to the oilfield jobs. Go to About on your phone and click on Bakken Oilfield Jobs, and that takes you directly to the search thing, and then you'll see the other different tabs and stuff. I'm trying to think what else, or at least where was I just at? Elite Hot Oil, Sydney, Williston, and Wofford City. They're hiring. Who else? There's plenty of housekeeping jobs up there in the Bakken area. Plenty of housekeeping jobs. And housekeeping jobs are sometimes, I think Chanda Dover, she'll let y'all know some more about that. Mean Clean, Williston. It's a company that does house cleaning. Sometimes house cleaning is cleaning up apartments, or cleaning up businesses and stuff. Doing their mopping and sweeping. Sometimes they'll do it over the weekend and stuff like that. It just depends on what the situation is. But Paula Ray is the manager at the Jobs ND in Williston, Job Seeker Services in Williston. And she does a great job. She took over for, I think her name was Mandy. I don't remember, but I know she was one of the first people, business managers that I ever interviewed. I interviewed her, I interviewed Kyle, and that's from years ago. That's from like 2015, man. I gotta find that dude's video with the man camp. That's what I wish I'd have done at that time. I wish when I did the video with him, I wish I'd have done a walkthrough of the man camp, even though the man camp's not there anymore. They took it apart a long time ago. Crowd Trucking is looking for drivers and owner-operators to join our team. We have local work hauling frac sand and hopper bottoms and sandboxes in North Dakota and Wyoming. We can provide sandbox chassis and hopper bottom trailers. We have lots of OTR power-only work hauling frac tanks out of North Dakota. And let me tell you, as long as them tires are good when it comes to hauling frac tanks, you're good. My first load ever was hauling a frac tank out of Williston, North Dakota to Odessa, Texas. My first load ever was it was fun because I knew there was no going back when I bought the truck. So it was one of those like, hey, this has to work. They're out of Ross. There's not much in Ross, North Dakota. I'm telling you that right now. Looking for 2 drivers, 1 day shift, 1 night shift, $28 an hour, plus overtime, plus benefits. Must have hazmat, tanker, winter experience, must be able to drive standard. Pathfinder inspections and field services is hiring. And these are all in the Bakken, North Dakota, Williston, Dickinson, Minot's a bit farther away going out, but there's a lot of companies that are in the Minot area, and then the guys go out to work. And to be honest, Minot's a better town, man. Williston has some growth problems that are Williston's fault and Williston's problem, and they could easily solve those problems by just getting out of the way. But there are people in positions of power that want to keep the power, so greed hurts everybody, man, but not everybody sees it. Pathfinder is hiring. Precision, completion, and production services. Precision. When I think precision, I think of drilling. Precision provides a full state of services including completions, workover, abandonments, well maintenance, high pressures, and critical sour well work and re-entry preparations. Precision. I think these guys, Precision, them bought out a couple of companies, and now they're doing a variety of work. Because the Precision I think of the drilling company, and I'm looking at their logo, and it looks like them. Precision, and it's got PD with a little circle, and that's Precision Drilling. So I'm gonna assume Precision has, I could be wrong, Precision has bought some more oil field companies, probably bought a workover rig company if they didn't have one already, and now, because I'm looking at the description, completions, workover rig or coil tubing, and it says workovers, abandonment, well maintenance, so that's going to be workover rig. So for you guys that are out there that are interested in getting into the oil field, workover rig can be a great opportunity. But dude, if you ain't about that workover rig life, like, don't go down that road, man. I'm telling y'all right now. If you're a hard-working person and you expect physical labor, long hours, and a tough way of life, workover rig is for you. It's a big thumbs up. But if you ain't, please don't go do that. You're gonna find something out, and you don't need to find that out. And like I said, Williams County, those county jobs are more of, if you're gonna move up there permanently, gonna move your family up there, especially once you get up there in the area and you like it and you see that it's something that you would like to have. Radio check.
Working.
Awesome, man. When you guys get bored, y'all can check out some JPTV 3000 on YouTube for trucking videos about the oil field, short films, mini documentaries, also oil field jobs, trucking jobs, and a little bit of everything else. So if you know anybody that's looking to get into oil field and the trucking, you can just check it out over here at JPTV 3000. Peace. Capital Well Services is hiring. Like I was saying about the oil field, my bad, the county jobs that they have in Williston, sheriff, police officer, like a lot of different stuff like that. People that work in the police station, courthouse, they're up there. There's a lot more openings for stuff that there may not be openings for where you're from. So keep that stuff in mind. On the spot interviews. Stop by our office. That's Capital Well Services. So if you are a go get it, you have a work mindset, go do work over here. Just be prepared. It's gonna be something different if you ain't used to it. Work over rig personnel, Foremost Well Services, they're hiring. Williston could always use more bus drivers everywhere. Firetail Energy Services. I gotta get me a trailer like that. And I saw one for like $5,000. I should have bought it. What I need to know is that a fifth wheel? Hold on a minute. I think that's a fifth wheel. 3 car. I like his setup. But anyway, back to where we were at. Northwest North Dakota semi-annual job fair. This right here is going to be the job fair. If you go to Jobs Indy, and you may have to fiddle around on the website to where you see it says job fairs or something somewhere, and you'll see the little tab for the job fairs. Those are the only 2 main job fairs that I ever really tell people about when it comes to working in the Bakken: the summer and the fall. And for those of you that are, you're gonna just go from Florida to up there, that coal's not going anywhere. That coal's not like you're not getting away from it anytime soon until mid-March. It'll snow one last time in April, but it's a long transition out of winter up there because it doesn't start getting green till May. Somewhere up in May it'll start, like the grass will start turning green. Mid-May, late May. The grass will start turning green, depending on how much snow they got during the winter. So for anybody who's not familiar, North Dakota wintertime has 3 colors. And anybody who's from North Dakota, knows anything about North Dakota, they know what I'm talking about. You have 3 colors in winter: brown or tan, white, and gray. Those are the only 3 colors you're gonna see from October, November, December, January, February, March, April. For 7 months, you're gonna see that exact same color. Yeah, because I want to say September, but late September is like the grass is going from green to brown. But you got 7 months of those 3 colors. So when you go up there, it's a different life, man. But one thing I can say, and me and Nick talked about this exact same thing, there's something freeing about up there because you can see everything. Like you can look north, south, east, or west and see as far as you can see. Versus when you're somewhere where you can't see, you know, you tend to get I don't want to say claustrophobic, but a closed-in sense of stuff. But that's one thing I noticed, like being up there versus being down here, is that wide open, just as far as you can see in every direction. You get back down south where the trees are in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, it's just trees everywhere. The only open spaces are like the deltas down here, or you know, if you get somewhere where there's enough time where the trees are all gone, or they're farming or something, you know, highway. Otherwise, it's just straight trees as far as you can see. So those are some things that kind of get yourself used to it. And if you're already familiar with West Texas, North Dakota's like West Texas with grass. What other jobs we got, man? BNSF. For those of you guys that ever wanted to work for the railroad, you can. That may be an easier way to get in with the railroad. Is go up there, work, and then transfer. I know plenty of people that do that. One thing I do know, I don't know anybody that transfers out of Walmart in North Dakota, like in the Bakken, to another Walmart. They don't do that. They transfer in.
Get out of the way.
They transfer in, but they don't transfer out. Because, wait a minute, it was just on there. Yeah, Walmart's hiring also. Foremost Well Services, FOREMOST, Well Services. They're hiring for, but they're looking for experienced deckhands and floor hands. Anyone having a leads for frac sand hauling? Precise Transportation. If you're looking to go work in North Dakota as an owner operator, that's one company I ain't gonna talk about, because I know people that work there, and I'm pretty sure they probably still got my paperwork, so I may be kind of leased on to them, maybe not. I don't know yet. I have to go back up there and see. Talk to, I think his name was Dave. See if I'm still leased on to them. I probably am. Precise Transportation. They're north of the Walmart on the left side of the highway. They haul sandboxes. Wait a minute, my bad. That's Karen, CARON, or something like that. They're on the left side of the road past Walmart. Precise Transport. Now I know who that is. Yeah. They hire drivers and they also hire owner operators. Also search Craigslist. That's another one. As far as frac sand goes. Hydrovac. That's another job opportunity for somebody that has a CDL and a swamper. One of my videos, which one it is, I don't remember. Showing you what a swamper does. And it's Badlands, Tank Lines, good company to work for. The Badlands that I'm thinking about, I know I saw them a lot south around Wofford City. I'm trying to remember what that logo looks like since you asked me that. I think it's like it says Badlands and like it's Badlands and it's like an oval. I think it's like orange. It has some orange lettering on it. I mean, as long as they can keep you busy, bro. That's the thing. Most of the bad companies, most of the garbage stuff has kind of been eliminated through time. You know, most of the garbage companies, bad run companies, most of them got run off or they went out of business some years back. So most companies that have hung around, that have stuck it out, they're usually ran pretty good or halfway decent. Otherwise, they just get eaten up by another company or they start losing contracts. And that's the biggest thing. When you go up to North Dakota, you wanna work for a company. If you're going to go be a driver or equipment operator, a company that has a good reputation in the area and a company that has longevity. Companies that are mismanaged, Purity Oilfield Services almost got caught up into that, where at one point the company was mismanaging stuff. They weren't treating their drivers right. They weren't paying their drivers right, and there's only so much stuff you could do, you know. And the problem was they had hired people in management that were their friends, and they had their friends running the company. Well, their friends took advantage of a friend running the company. So Purity almost got run off with that, but they saw the problem, they dealt with the problem, and they decided to, okay, it's more important to keep this facility running, run it as a professional business, and keep it that way. And I found in maintaining a business myself that it's better to keep the business professional, make sure. So that's the biggest thing. It's not about who has the shiniest truck. It's about who can do what they say that they're going to do, and consistency. Purity Oilfield Services. All right, Purity don't pay the best, but Purity takes care of their equipment. Like, they don't play around with man, something going on with this truck. Like I said, Purity takes care of this stuff. So you kind of want to find, as far as trucking goes, you want to find a company that you can find that balance with, that you can find they take care of the equipment, and they take care of the drivers, and the people in the main office leave you the hell alone. That's really what you're looking for. People to leave you alone, you go do your job, go do your task, and nobody's bothering you. That's it. Ain't nobody asking for much. And they pay you what they say they're gonna pay you. Or the balance of pay and some kind of benefits. Whether free housing or discounted housing or a housing allowance. Me personally, I support the housing allowance more than me personally, I support the housing allowance more than having company housing, because company housing can come back to bite you. A housing allowance, they can offer it or they cannot offer it. They may decrease it, and that's usually how that'll work. If a company is offering you $1,000 a month as a housing allowance, they're offering you that, and so they usually don't take a housing allowance away. They'll usually like decrease it some. They say, okay, so after 2 years of you working there or something, and the market goes down, okay, well, your housing allowance is going to be decreased by $200. So instead of getting $1,000 a month, it'll be $800 a month. I'm trying to remember how was it with, because when I was at Purity, the housing was free, and I have to ask Nick, because I know Nick would remember this more than me, because I had company housing. I lived in it's like the presidential apartments over there in Williston, the ones behind the Applebee's and was that the Mapco gas station? Those back off in there. The Abacan Presidential, I think that was the name of it. So I got free housing. But those that didn't want the free housing, I think they got like $800 or $600, something like that. It was something along those lines. Whether they offer that or not, I don't know. You can ask them about it. I would always say, make sure you know whether you want to work there and stuff before, or have some clue that you want to work there before you start asking about housing. Because you start asking about housing right off the bat, that's the first thing they think, oh, you're just trying to get somewhere for you to stay at. But like I was saying, I'd rather have the housing allowance so I can go stay at wherever I want to. But one of the things about the company offered housing, it's a win-lose situation. It's a win that it's paying for, but it's a lose that you have to keep in mind that that's company housing, and they can tell you to get out of it. And when Purity told, who did they fire? I think it was Terry. His name wasn't Terry. Jerry. They fired Jerry. They told Jerry he had 2 days. He had 2 or 3 days to get it to move out of the apartment. The worst situation I seen was when they fired, I can't remember what this dude's name was, but he was living in Williston. Then when they opened up the office in Wofford, he moved from Williston to Wofford. Something had happened, I don't know what, and they had fired him or something, and he had like 2 or 3 days to get all his stuff out of that apartment. That was messed up, because it wasn't just him, it was him and his kids, and they had like they had moved into the apartment, like they had all their stuff, they had like their furniture, they had the pictures on the wall, like they had like they were at home in that apartment. And I think it was 48 hours, because it wasn't 3 days. It was like you have 48 hours. And like that's something, because like, hey, where you physically go stay at within that short period of time of signing a lease, finding somewhere to stay, going to go look for the place, you know, all that stuff within 48 hours. Because usually the first 24 hours is just being notified that you've been fired. Like, that was messed up, man. Jerry had aged out of their system. Like, Nick knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if Purity still does it. I hope they don't. And if they do, it sucks. But once you got, I think it's 5 or 6 years and you're fully invested in your 401k. But Purity would find a way to like get rid of you before that 5 or 6 year mark. I think it was 5 years. Because everybody was like, damn, that ain't nothing. You know, do 5 years and be getting free housing. Boom, you knock that 5 years out, you're fully invested in it. You keep on rolling. But they don't really let people get to that 5 year mark though. They usually find some reason to like fire you or something, because when somebody that I know that might be watching this video right now, when they told me that they had gotten fired, I said, matter of fact, we had already been talking about it before it happened. I said, man, hey bro, you coming, I think it's 5 years. Hey bro, you getting pretty close to that 5 year mark, right? Hey bro, you know what you get close to, right? So keep that stuff in mind, man. Keep that stuff in mind when y'all come out here, bro. Hope you guys be successful at whatever it is that y'all are doing. There's a lot of wins, W-I-N-S. There's a lot of wins in the oil field. But man, you got to play it smart, and you gotta be ahead, and you can't get out of it if you ain't ready to get out of it and stay out of it permanently, or stay out of it till you want to go back. That means you gotta save that money, you gotta put that money away, and then that money has to keep growing, building, and then keep you to wherever it is you're trying to get to. It's like the same thing, setting yourself up for retirement, man. Property is gonna be where it's at, because nobody's making any more land. They're making more trucks, they're making more electric cars, they're making more airplanes, they're making more asphalt, they're making more light bulbs, everything in between. They're making more windows, they're making more truck stops, making more Amazons. They ain't making more land. CJI. They ain't making no land. And this is the only one any of us are ever gonna get. What else is on here, man? I think I went through Hydrovac. Badlands Trucking. Badlands, that's who you asked me about. Hey man, you welcome Sick Go 6 TV. You're welcome Jimmy Johnson. You're welcome Al. You're welcome Dre Logic. Who else is on here? I think I answered everybody's stuff. I'm trying to remember what else that I may not have answered. Walla, I think Walla Trucking is still up there. They do hot oil, haul water, fluid. I do miss hauling water. Hauling water is pretty pretty fun. There are plenty of welding jobs. If you're a welder, there's plenty of welding jobs. If you're a mechanic and you go to the Bakken, I'm not giving you any kind of anything. If you're a mechanic of any kind, if you're a diesel mechanic, I'm not even talking to you. I don't talk to diesel mechanics about going to North Dakota. All they have to say is diesel mechanic. Just go up there and tell somebody I'm a diesel mechanic looking for work. They gonna be like, oh, okay, come, yeah, come here. What else we got? Hey, there is a Buffalo Wild Wings in Williston. In case y'all didn't know that. Man. Capital Well Services. I think we already talked about that one. I think it's Magnum Energy. There's a lot of crude oil. Also Craigslist. Wyoming Casing RDO equipment. That's a lot of jobs, man. So is CalFrac good? Hell yeah. Is CalFrac? Yeah, go apply right now. Jimmy Johnson, go apply for CalFrac. Are you listening? Like I'm telling you, go apply for CalFrac. You can stop watching this video and go apply for CalFrac right now. Because that's CalFrac, Liberty Oilfield Services. Go apply. They say come on, go to work. I worked at CalFrac. CalFrac is a professionally run fracking company. I never worked at Liberty, but I know Liberty is also, because Liberty has had the same thing. There's very few companies that have maintained Liberty's consistency like that. And CalFrac, Liberty, Halliburton is kind of. I have a phone interview Tuesday. Prepare yourself for the phone interview and go out there and work. And I don't know if you're gonna be doing frac or if you're gonna be doing driver, because they have they have guys who just drive for them too. Like they'll haul stuff to and from. Like they'll check on their normally maintained equipment. Sometimes they'll go out to location and assist or whatever if stuff gets slow or something, or they'll send them to do runs, like to go move equipment between offices and stuff like that. So CalFrac A+, Liberty A+. I think next tier is a frac company, but I think next tier is the company that bought out the company that bought out the company that bought out Neighbors NCPS. Which Neighbors NCPS was bought out by C&J. C&J was bought out by either next tier or somebody else. Then next tier bought out them. So, and I think they've sold off most of their equipment and stuff. I don't know who or where. BJ Energy Services is another fracking company up there in the area. They're out of Dickinson. Halliburton is like Halliburton pays, but then again it don't. It's hard to explain it, man. Halliburton has the pockets. Halliburton has deep pockets. Dude, you see this dude. You see this dude, bro. Anyway, I want you nowhere near my truck. Cool, there you go. Good job, man. Good job. Man, this place gets busy, bro. Guys, let me show y'all, man. This place gets busy, man. This place gets busy. And the way they made it It's a big square. So when these trucks come up in here, like this guy on the right that you see to the very far right, he's waiting to get in line at the fuel aisle. And I can tell you, diesel pickup trucks should not come up in here because this place is already filled up enough. And then the space that you have to pull out of, dude, I'm telling you, because you can get up in this sucker, you'll be sitting here for like 30 minutes. So nighttime, don't even waste your time coming up in here. And then you got the pilot fuel guys. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Like it's morning, one of the better times to come in here. But this place right here gets packed and it gets congested super quick. Super quick. But anyway, we gotta stick to the trucking jobs. Calfrac, yes. Liberty Oilfield Services, yes. I don't know if Calfrac still offers $680, $650 or whatever it was for their housing allowance. I know Liberty does 14 days on, 14 days off. Calfrac, the last time I talked to Jared, he said Calfrac was going to like a 15-8, 15-9 schedule or something like that. I'm like, okay, that's a lot better because I would assume your 15-day would be your 12 of 12 travel day to get to work on your last day off. I mean, on your first day back, and your off day, your last day, and then you have your 8 or 9 days off. That would pretty much cover a month. So you would be working 2/3 of the month. And fracking, that can wear you out. That 14 days on, 7 days off. When you're young, you're in your 20s. Yeah, man, 7 days off. You know, you go wherever you want to. But as you start getting older, you're like, okay, that 7 days off is not enough time to recuperate from. If you go out to location 14 days in a row and you have a rig up and a rig down within that 14 days, it usually doesn't happen like that. But it depends. There was one time we came to work, we rigged up, we did the well, then we had to rig down from that well because we only there was something going on with that well that we rigged up on it, rigged down, like a week later, moved everything to the next well, rigged everything up. We were waiting for like 3 days and they said, okay, we're not going to do this well. Instead, we're going to go do this other one and then come back. So we had to rig everything down, then drive all the stuff to the next location. By then, we had like a day or two left and we started the rig up. The fresh crew came in, we were going on days off, and they finished the rig up. So that was a rig up, rig down, rig up, rig down, partial rig up. Hey, bro, that's some work, man. That's some work, bro. So there's opportunities. It's just a matter of once you get into the oil field and you get your experience up, you start looking to see what you want to do within the industry for a longer period of time. Whether it's trucking, whether it's wanting to grow within a specific part of the oil field. The part of the oil field I got involved with was completions, and I really like completions. Completions is awesome. It was work, but it wasn't back-breaking work, but it was work that I could do for an extended period of time. And I'm a firm believer in working to live. You know, it is meant for a man to work, you know, to be active, to be doing something. And some things you can do that you can't go do anywhere else. Like somebody was asking me, instead of doing whatever you're doing in the oil field, why don't you start a business doing that? Because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. Like, when they're saying that stuff, There's the stuff I want to do in the oil field. That's money I don't have. But I did talk with my coworker before I left, like, hey, if we pool all our money together, we could buy one piece of oil field equipment. We could buy we could buy horsepower. We pool all our money together. then we just gonna need we're gonna need a coil cab. We're gonna need a coil cab. We're gonna need a junk trailer. So we can probably afford to use horsepower. Probably can't afford a coil cab. I'm trying to think what else. You're gonna need a pump. Pump's $500,000. Used, you probably find a used pump for $250,000. Yeah. You can find a used pump for $250,000. A new one, third of $1,000,000 to $500,000 for a new one. And that's just for that piece of equipment. So when people are saying stuff like, well, you gonna start your own, well, you don't know what you're talking about when you saying that. Man, why go working in frac when you can go start your own frac, bruh? I know you mean well, but some stuff you should leave alone. And there's a reason so many fracking companies have went out of business, because that's a different kind of, what's the guy that owned Patriot, also owned the Colorado hockey team, like the company I used to work at, the same guy. He was either part owner or owner of the Colorado hockey team, because if we went to Colorado and they had a game, we'd go to the game for free. Like if that. So people mean well sometimes, but when it comes to oil field related stuff, like, hey, back off, because oil field related stuff is like the owner of the guy that owns the Atlanta Hawks, like them kind of people own percentages of, or some kind of conglomerate company that owns a bunch of stuff, that has a lot of resources, owns holdings and stuff like that. So pretty much, if you won the lottery and you won some hundreds of $1,000,000, you can go start you an oil field service company and get it rolling, and then maybe 3, 4, 5 years down the line, see some profit. So outside of, like, buying a truck, a trucking company or service company or something like that, where you're offering something on the smaller end of trucking, whether it's one person or two, that's a different ballgame. Like that's stuff you can work with. But like the other stuff, that frack, nah, bro. Unless you in the hundreds of millions or billions dollar ranges, you ain't messing with none of that. But it's nice that people think like that. But anyway, back to the oil field jobs. As far as trucking jobs go across the United States, take your pick. Just take your pick. In my last video, I talked about trucking schools that offer training in your area. If you go to, give me a second, I gotta go back and look. If you go to, where is that video? Because that was a live video that I did. Trucking as an owner operator. I was at the house, I'm pretty sure. It's a great day to help you customize and save. Yeah. Give me a second, I'll pull this up for y'all. Truckersreport.com. That's it. Truckersreport.com. There's a tab on there for trucking schools or CDL training, and then you can look it up by state. You click on there and go to whichever state you're in. It doesn't have all of your trucking schools, but it has enough of them that kind of give you an idea. Usually, the junior colleges are usually going to be your most financially efficient way to go about getting your CDL. Either that or knowing somebody that has a beater truck that you can use. Because to be honest with you, you shouldn't be using anybody's regular day-to-day truck to go learn how to drive a truck. Because you fixing to grind some gears and tear up some stuff, and you don't need to be doing that in somebody's truck. To be honest, you need to be doing that in like an 8-speed, a 9-speed, something like that, but not in this truck that I'm in. No, this truck has to make money, and I already have enough time adjusting my own attitude about it. If I grind a gear or something, I'm like, yeah, you know. So keep that stuff in mind, man. Get your CDL the most financially efficient way that you possibly can, and that's usually going to be a junior college. It's usually going to be cheaper. Pell Grant will usually pay for it. Andy Transport. Oh man, I'm gonna catch me a nap before I have to go pick this load up, because I'm probably gonna be driving through. I will be driving through the night. Picking up at 2 o'clock. Tanker Monkey, what's up, man? Tanker Monkey's in the house. What's up, bro? What's up, dude? Tanker Monkey, I will buy you this. I will spend my money and I will buy you this. You just let me know what address to send it to. For all the truck drivers out there, let me tell y'all something I have found out. Wearing a back support while driving is the greatest thing I have ever learned in trucking. Wearing this thing, putting this thing on while driving is the greatest thing that has happened to my trucking career, because I was like, man, I'm selling this truck. I'm supposed to be done with this. And I said, man, I'm gonna try this for a little while. And I'm telling you, if you are a truck driver, depending on what size you are, but I'm pretty sure they make them on up in different sizes. Tanker Monkey, I'll buy you this. I will spend my money and send this to you. This made such a big difference over the past 3 days. When I'm driving down the road, I wear this. I try to wear it the whole time that I'm driving, especially when I'm pretty much whenever I'm driving. Like when I leave from here, go pick up this load, I'm putting this back support on once I get on the highway and I get to driving. And I'm leaving it on until my driving is done, or I may take it off for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and then put it back on. Dude, this has made such a big difference, bro. This has made such a big difference. And I know, thinking about it now, because when you're driving for a long period of time, you don't realize that your back isn't getting the support that it should be getting, and this helps that. So Tanker Monkey, keep that in mind, bro. You already know. I will buy this and send this to you. And I gotta talk to my brother about that too. Cause I ordered 2 of them, but the other one, it's not really a good one. It's like a posture thing, but that works better. That works a lot better, and I feel better too. Like after long days of driving, I don't feel as body tired. I'm more just be, just tired from driving, but I won't be body tired. So that is awesome. So for any of you guys that are out there looking to get into trucking, keep that in mind. I'm telling you, that back support makes a difference. That back brace makes a difference. It makes a difference. Make sure you get one that fits well, that keeps everything tight. That way when you're moving, because I've noticed one of the biggest things with driving trucks is doing this, because when you get ready to move out of your seat, you're going like this. So you're making a twisting motion to go this way. Then when you get ready to get out of your seat, you're making a twisting motion on your spine to do this, and you've been sitting here straight for some hours on end. So that's one of the things to keep in mind when it comes to trucking. Keep your posture right. So for any of you guys that are truck drivers, there's nothing wrong with wearing back support, because it's your body and you're the one that got to live with it, man. You're the one that got to live with it. Because I don't know if you use one already. Back support brace thing. Because I got a 2XL and it's perfect. It's the perfect size, and it's got room. So for me, a 3X would have been too big, but I'm thinking about buying another one of those. Because actually, I wish it was just like a little bit. I wish this was like wider. Like the length that it goes around is fine, but I wish that it was like wide, like wider or taller. Put it like that. Other than that, guys, I think we've talked about every truck and oilfield job that I could possibly think of. And if y'all have any questions, now's the time to throw them suckers out there. Because I've been up long enough. It's getting a little bit chilly. And I'm going to be turning this truck on in a minute. So what other questions and whatnot that you guys may have? So I'm trying to go back. What do you do in the Oilfield? Bozeman, Montana. Oh yeah, I gotta give some shouts out to some people on YouTube. I gotta give a shout out to Oil Rig Jobs. He's got an YouTube channel. Shout out to Tanker Monkey. Tanker Monkey's got a YouTube channel. Shout out to D Fresco. Shout out to William Sheets, Oscar Sedina, 324 Mills. Shout out to Chasing Andrew Jackson. Gene Doe, Panda Life Entertainment. That's Panda Life ENT. Henry Bob Swillikers, Stanley Salters. Shout out to Ken Dog Lucas. He's got a YouTube channel. Fun Times. Shout out to Justin Edwards. Did you have Brandon Minifield, Daniel 13, Brian Toller, Desmond Ra. No, I don't know. I might have an Instagram. I don't know. I don't remember. I know I might have an Instagram, dude. I don't know. I think I got a Twitter, but I don't know if it's deactivated or deleted, because I'm hardly ever on there. Heritage Wealth Planning. Shout out to Fibbers World. D'Angelo Williams, Jay Way. Shout out to Andrea Wheatley. Shout out to the Ellis. Timothy Fritch. What's up, man? Shout out to him. Tate Evans. YZLM. I don't know. It's just a bunch of letters. Jalen Fielder. Daughter of the Sea. P. Law. Shout out to you. Kevin Redmond. Patrick Williams, Glenn Higginbotham. Thank you for tuning in, Glenn Higginbotham. You're awesome, bro. Driving to Hawaii. Ball swinging. Lightning visuals. Shout out to all three of you guys. Andrew Cardoza. Shout out to It's Moto. Shout out to Andrew. I think I already said you. Spaceman. Shout out to you. Shout out to George Colvin. Shout out to Rock Goddess. Lauren Koser. Shout out to Ryan McKintry. Shout out to B-Man. Shout out to Pop Tart Gone Trucking. Shout out to Henry Bob Swelkers. I think I said you already. Run the Big Night. Shout out to you. Shout out to Sierra Smith. Shout out to Ethan Hunt. Shout out to Abel Achan. I think I said Glenn Higginbotham already. I think shout out to Jose Vicari. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Basement Dreadhead. Shout out to Knowledge Breaker. Jake McCain, Primal Fury 2011, Joe and Anita. Shout out to Live Now Be Free. Live Now Be Free. Shout out to Just a Guy. Shout out to No Face Bigfoot Gaming. Shout out to Ace Mansfields. That's all the way to like a month ago. And who is on here? Shout out to CityGo TV. Tanker Monkey, awesome, bro. I know you getting up in the morning, getting that money, man. Jimmy Johnson, you said you got that phone interview with Cal Frack on Tuesday. Cal Frack solid, bro. They're a good company, man. So I said CityGo, Jimmy Johnson, Al, Dre Logic. What else? So for all of you guys that are out here, man, I want to say thank y'all. And I am fixing to go to sleep. The first thing we're gonna do is come on. Thank all you guys for showing up today. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate that. And man, I'll see you guys on the next live video. It's gonna be a slow winter this year, man. I can see it already. The main thing is keep doing what y'all been doing. Keep rolling. How do you like being an owner operator compared to a company driver? How do I like being an owner operator? Sitco TV asked me. You had a Facebook. Yeah, take a monkey, man. I'm not coming out there while it's cold, man. I'm not coming out there while it's cold, man. That's not gonna happen, dude. I'm not doing that. There's 2 times I try to get up there. Amazon screwed me over with the load coming out of Texas going to Fargo. And that was messed up because I saw they had another load coming back. And I was like, that's perfect. I could come up there, then I'd have like 4 days. And then that load coming back was like that Monday. So I pretty much have the weekend and then drive back over to, my bad. It was going from Texas to Bismarck. Then I could go from, be around up there for 4 days. This was back last year. Be around up there for like 4 days and then come back over to Fargo to get a load coming coming back out, because Uber doesn't really have anything that goes up that way. Amazon only goes as far as Fargo. You might get some to Bismarck, to go to Menards or something, but that's usually it. Like that's not a heavy freight area up there. It is, but it isn't. Like if you're doing farming stuff, moving stuff between Oilfield, and at the time that's when I first got my trailer, so I was pretty much running down here to get used to, the areas, and I've gotten used to the areas down here. I know Memphis, Atlanta, Memphis, come up here to the Northeast, Maryland, Pennsylvania area, get some going back down North Carolina. It's usually North Carolina, Lower Virginia, North Carolina, somewhere up in there. Something over there, Atlanta, or if you're lucky enough to find something over there, going back to Memphis, and then do it all over again. And you can usually run that triangle out 5 days, especially if you get the loads right then when they're available. But I have a habit of waiting too long and looking, because like there was a load going back from out here going back to Memphis, which is where I wanted to be. The problem was the time that the load picked up, I wasn't sure. Some Amazons are different. Not all Amazons are the same. Some of them you can get in and out. Some of them, the time you get there, an hour, maybe 2 hours later, you're going to be unloaded. Some of them, MEM1, you may get there. It may be that next day, bro. Just keeping it real with you. It's one thing if you dropping a hook in a trailer. There's another thing if they got to live unload you. You might get unloaded that day. You might get unloaded the next day. You might get there and there are 25 trucks in line. It's like that place off of 20, south of 20, going through Dallas Fort Worth. You ever been through there? You know what I'm talking about. Shit, I see a load going there, I just ignore it. What are y'all saying? I saw you had a Facebook post earlier that had a Texas job. Was that the Bakken Facebook? City Go TV. I posted a lot of, like, I shared this link to like a lot of different Facebook groups. That way, anybody else that wanted to watch it or see it had an opportunity for it to come across Facebook for them to see it. But I usually share trucking and oil field related stuff throughout the day or week. How do you like being an owner operator? Tanker Monkey, man, we could do the FaceTime anytime you want. I'm pretty sure it would have to be, let's see, yeah, FaceTime is through Facebook. So it would have to be on your Facebook page. Then for you to download it later, there should be like a little tab that says save to phone, or something like that. That way you can save a copy of it versus it just going to Facebook. Because when you FaceTime stuff, it's not like recording a video on your phone. When you FaceTime, it's a little piece of a video, almost like a 3GP, which is a really, really small video file. I'll give you an example. When you try to send a video message to somebody through a text message, it will convert and shrink that file down so small that when the person gets it, they can't even make out what it is, because a text message format of a picture or video is in the standard of, the pictures and videos we used to have before smartphones. That's what fits through that bandwidth of a text message. So it'll shrink a video down to something where when you look at it on your phone, you can't even tell what the heck you're looking at. Versus when you share something through Facebook, like if you post something on Facebook from your phone, you're getting the phone's 16:9, 1080p or 720p format quality, and then Facebook is usually shrinking that down as you're uploading it. So a file that would have been 300 megabytes, it gets shrink down and converted to Facebook to be 120 megabytes or something like that. So if you ever try to go back, it's like the difference between if you make a video in 720p versus 1080p, and then you look at it on like a 52-inch TV, you'll see the difference between that 720 and that 1080. Facebook and YouTube does the same thing, especially when it comes to Messenger. Messenger makes that video file even smaller from what it would normally be. And the biggest thing is make sure that you can download it from wherever it is that you're making it. That's why we couldn't do it with Zoom, because you have to pay for Zoom. StreamYard, I know you can do stuff with StreamYard, but I don't know how you download it from StreamYard. You know what? I should just make a website where you could just do that. But Tiger Monkey, man, let me know when you want to do it, bro. Because I am. But yeah, Tiger Monkey, let me know when you want to do it, dude. I'm available. To City Go TV. How do you like City Go TV asks, how do you like being an owner operator compared to a company driver? Oh, I haven't been a company driver in a while. Well, I am a company driver now. I drive for me. It's all right. Both of them are all right. You know, I got a friend of mine who's a owner operator, been an owner operator for a long time, and he always said, "Excuse me." He always says, "Man, I like the freedom of being an owner operator." Hold on a minute. Tanker Monkey also. There's no way to send. If I was at home, man, I could figure this out. Because you could make a video to video. But then how would you send the video to somebody in the quality that you want the video to be sent to them, and then you could put the video together. Wait a minute. Hey, Tanker Monkey, I got an idea for something. Because that's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. There you go. Now I got to finish answering what you asked. How do you like being an owner operator compared to company driver? You know, it is what it is. It's awesome being an owner operator. I get to say I'm an owner operator, and I get to say I'm running a business, and I get to say I'm a business owner. The only thing that matters is the bottom line, man. What gets put away in savings? What gets put away for retirement? What gets put away for a rainy day? That's all that matters. I can say, because I think I told my brother this, my mental creativity is different as an owner operator than it was when I worked in the oil field. When I was working in the oil field, I don't have my notepad. I had a notepad full of like just ideas and stuff I came up with. I had a notepad full of stuff. I can't even write a page because the creativity doesn't flow the same way as an owner operator. But when I was working in the oil field, almost every idle moment that I had was an idea of something. As an owner operator, it's not flowing the same way. I don't have the ideas of stuff. Like I have to think about it. Like I have to, dude. Seriously, bro. Uh, as an owner operator, I don't have the creativity that I had when I was working in the oil field. And I know working in the oil field was a different challenge because I was doing something, I was maintaining this or doing this and doing this, but I think part of it is being an owner operator. Because it's not like I'm an owner operator every single day. I'm an owner operator when my field taxes are due, when my yearly taxes are due. Uh, I'm an owner operator then. Because the other time it's just making sure I'm driving, making money, making sure the insurance and all that stuff is getting paid, make sure my quarterly fuel top filings. I got to go back to the house at some point and get my stickers, and that expires February the 2nd. So I got to go do that. And most of this stuff, most of the owner operator related stuff, it's up here. It ain't really too much outside of like an evaluation, like the FMCSA evaluation is something that I would write down. The rest of it is all up here. I just remember that quarterly I got to go do my fuel taxes. I know my UCR comes up around this time, my 2290 this time, my registration this time, my inspection. Hold on a minute. Okay. That's garbage. Alright. I just had to think about something for a minute. I had to make sure yeah. I had to make sure that stuff was valid. Because that's the one thing I hadn't thought about my inspection, but I know I got 2 of them at one point. That's the old one. This is the new one. But yeah. It depends, man. Depends on what you like, bro. Depends on what it depends on what what you like doing. I know as an owner operator, I'm not gonna be doing the stuff I know I want. Like, I was only missing like one or two more things in the oil field as far as completions, like doing coil tubing, and I was like working to get to being a supervisor. Like, I want that knowledge because I don't have the knowledge of how to run the stick. Like run the pump, run the ground, what we're doing. I don't have that stuff. That stuff I know I want to have, and my crane license, which I'm kind of 100% on getting that this spring. But I did make some purchases I made a purchase this year. Actually, I take that back. I made a purchase last year and a purchase this year. That's kind of, if you wanted to go take that class, you shouldn't have done that. But my K5 Blazer should get me out of this. Selling my K5 Blazer should get me out of that money that I spent and give me that money back. And if all else fails, sell both of them. And that Ram Charger. But yeah, as far as James Haley, what's up, man? WTI Tanker Monkey, man. I've been watching it, bro. It's some stuff I'm looking at buying. KOS Energy. I'm looking to buy back into them. I bought them a year ago. Actually, I've bought and sold KOS Energy a couple times now. So I'm expecting the market to have a drop, and then I'm gonna buy into some stuff. Because, man, Tanker Monkey, let me tell you, bro, if this is gonna be a year like it's looking at, I'm hoping it ain't a setup, man. I hope we ain't getting set up for something, bro. But also, I'm looking at it like technically it's about time. I mean, we're past the 5-year mark. Because you look at it, 2010 to about 2015. So you had that a good solid 4-year run. You go to 14. That's a good 4-year run. Election cycle. 15 was that. What was that year? Everything fell off, and then like the slow growth coming back. Then we had 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 was, bruh, like Tanker Monkey, you know, like I know, man. 2020, bro, we were, man, because 19 was awesome. 2019 was awesome. 2020 started out to be even better than that until these damn people got on TV about this damn virus stuff. Everything was doing good, man. And now they won't shut the hell up about it. Anyway, but yeah. It's here, $2.21. Tanker Monkey, don't they just make you feel good? $80 a barrel. Oh, what is the world coming to? Oh man, hey, man, oil hit $100. Hey, hey, oil hit $100. It's time to park this. It's time to park this right here. Oh man, and then oil rig jobs was talking about if somebody wants to work over drilling, 15-30 minutes, he can have you out there working. Oh man, I just hope it ain't a setup, man, because if it's a setup, man, that sucks, bro. Set up from get the running good, and then OPEC do some more crazy stuff, because that's the only thing gonna mess it up. But Tanker Monkey, man, you in a position to win, man. The back brace, bro. The back brace says it. That's a must-have, man. Guys, I think we've talked about it. I gotta take a picture or something. Because I wonder if he has one of these things on the back of his truck. I hadn't seen one like this before. Because if that's a fifth wheel, I gotta go talk to this guy. Or maybe that's something to pull a pickup truck with. No! Hey man, I have to holler at y'all later. No, that's not a fifth wheel. This guy, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. This guy over here has a, see that thing on the back of his truck? I saw one guy, he had a fifth wheel mounted one. But he is, because if he fits on to leave, I want to see. Because if I get a picture of it, I can have somebody to make one like it. And I know a guy was telling me there's a place in Alabama that does that. But you guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tanker Monkey, $82.21. I'm hoping the market will dip a little bit, buy in there, and then sell. Or at least hold on to it for a little while, then sell. So shout out to James Haley. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for tuning in. I want to say thank all you guys for showing up today, man. We're gonna get this ball rolling. I'm gonna go fool around with something in my truck, brush my teeth, and go to sleep. But truck drivers, back brace, wearing a back brace while driving makes a big difference. Makes a very, very big difference. Also helps in posture when driving down the highway. I have noticed that my back stays to this seat. I'm not slunched over like I was. And I didn't realize it until the first time I wore it. And then maybe like the next day it dawned on me, like, you know, because with that back brace, you know, it cinches everything up, you know, so it's like sitting like this with correct posture going down the road. But man, you guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. This video was like 2 hours long. Hopefully there was some good information for some of y'all. Hopefully y'all got some job post information, trucking related, oil field related, opportunities, careers. And I'll see you guys later on down the road. And I will be getting together some more filming projects in the future. JPTV 3000. Peace. Y'all know who it is.